Hey, Derek. Hey, Willie.
Hey,
Hey, Jen.
Jen.
What are you listening to? Welcome to season 7 of What Are You Listening To? The weekly podcast created to foster community through music by sharing the stories behind the songs that soundtrack our lives. Some of the songs are old, some new, all good. I'm Jen Tully, and this week I'm joined by Derek Gildersleeve and Willie Rockefeller. Derek and Willie are the founders of Originator Studios and co-writers, co-producers, and co-directors of Lawn Party, a sketch comedy series that holds a mirror up to our collective absurdity using comedy to present a different perspective of our flaws as humans. Think Portlandia's eccentric character comedy meets Key and Peele's smart, socially aware wit, all performed by some of the best comedians in Austin, Texas. And you've got Lawn Party. Derek and Willie are here to share some of the music that helped inspire the series. Which songs do you think we're going to discuss? Tune into our conversation to find out. And in case our song picks are new to you, we'll publish a playlist with the episode so you don't miss a beat. With that, let's get started. Derek, Willie, I'm so excited to have you guys here, and I'm so excited to talk about Lawn Party.
Yeah, we are too. Thank you for
Yeah,
having
thanks
us.
for having us.
Yeah, it's so good. We're going to get into it as we talk a little bit more, but Lawn Party is in early stage. We'll give listeners all the info at the end. There's a Kickstarter. You guys have a pilot episode, but there is a Kickstarter that's live now that you're trying to get funded so that you can produce more of the series. Is that right?
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know that we talked a little bit about this before the show, but anybody that's ever listened, probably 2-3 episodes, knows that I am a huge, huge sketch comedy fan. I love Saturday Night Live. I love comedy. I think it's some of the hardest work that you can do. Anybody that's never tried improv or stand up comedy, it's hard, right? It's
It
hard.
is. Yeah, it's hard. You can't just make someone laugh. You
You
gotta go
Yeah,
for
cannot.
it.
it's
Gotta get
it's some
weird.
it's something that I think when you see it done well is like one of the most impressive things.
Yep.
It's like incredibly hard.
Yeah. Is it also hard? Is it hard to write whenever you've got people that are used to improving? That was a question that I had for you. If you're working with comedians that are used to improving, like, do you find yourself in the writer's room, like, let's just play an improv game and see if we can't get this down on paper? Or how does it work? Is it hard to make that transition?
Oh, I think the opposite. I was going to say
Okay.
it was helpful. We used a lot of that in the writer's room and in the writing process as a way to get past a block or try something that we didn't think was working. We had a 6-person writer's room, so myself and Willie, including 4 members of the Lawn Party cast,
Okay.
and we spent 2 months, and we would meet twice a week and just write sketches. And so we would hit walls all the time, or like be like, we like this part of this one, but we like the second part of that one. So having people who were skilled improvisers and we could like play some of those games to work through the kinks
Mhm.
and think about it in terms of like, we're not holding anything too dearly because we can just move on to the next and see what works. I thought it was really helpful.
Yeah,
That's
it's also a little bit of writing a script, but then also just kind of creating a sandbox for them to play around on set. So it's kind of a little bit of both.
And how did you guys split like directing responsibilities? Did one person, like, if you wrote it, then you would direct that sketch, or how was that, or was it a lot more organic? It wasn't that cut and dry.
Yeah, we've been working together, Derek and I. We've known each other for, 20 years now. So we've been
Okay.
working together for quite a while. So we tend to finish each other's sentences when we're on set, and we're sort of reading each other's minds. So we co-direct a lot, and some of these we each directed certain ones,
Okay.
but we both kind of come at it just with a team effort. We're not very we're not the kind of directors that take control of everything. We're teammates.
And
Yeah.
since these sketches like were developed collaboratively with me, Willie, and 4 others, like I wouldn't say that any of us had really strong ownership over any one of them, over than like other than ownership of the whole project. Like we were like all in it together. So it was really easy for us to kind of share those responsibilities and kind of work like how we're used to, which is like, you know, we care about this. And so if someone has a good idea, let's just say that idea, you know? So
Well,
it
and
worked really well.
you answered my next question. I'm like, the show seems so collaborative. Like, it feels like you guys are all longtime friends. Like, you all have a deep respect for one another, that you trust each other enough to like take it to a hilarious place. Like, I think there's so much trust involved in that because you have to be so vulnerable to get that wacky, you know? And folks get wacky. That was the other thing, too, is I was like, I don't know, are people going to go crazy? But I don't know how in depth I'm allowed to get about the skit because I know they're not like out in the world yet. But you know, there's a female led one that is so real and so hilarious, and those girls just take it to 11. I love it. Your female cast members, well, the male cast members are amazing too, but I really got a kick out of those ladies. I think that it's just such a strong cast, and it's diverse. They're interesting people to look at. They're interesting people to watch. Like, it just felt like I was seeing something so fresh and something so now. And if there was something where it was like, oh, I would have never thought to like put this together. Even the opening, like, I would love to talk just for a second. I know we will a little bit more when we get into the music, but like even the opening, I felt like I knew these characters. Like before the show even started, you get kind of a snippet of each cast member, and so it just immediately brings you in and you feel like you're part of the collaboration and the family too. I thought you guys did such a good job at that. So congratulations on that part. That's hard to do. It's hard to bring people in from the very beginning and feel like they know these people already when something's net new.
Oh,
That's
that's awesome to
awesome to
hear.
hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
that was our goal. That was our goal, and apparently we
You
done
did
did
it.
good.
You did it.
I
You
will
did
I
it.
will say I do want to say one more thing about the cast. So when we started this project, we sent out kind of a large casting call to a
Okay.
lot of people that were outside of our like immediate bubble, because like we work with a lot of people and it's a lot of the same people, and we're like we wanted to just cast a very wide net. And so a lot of the folks that are in Lawn Party, like we had worked with maybe once or twice, we'd heard of, but they were kind of outside of our usual like little cove. And the I just we are so lucky. These people are incredible. Like every single person brings their own element to it that like fits so it's like I don't think we could have done it better, and we didn't even try that hard. Like I don't know how we got this lucky. It really worked out so well, and like everyone is just gets along so well with each other. They like, you know, a lot of them come from improv backgrounds or stand
Yeah,
up backgrounds or acting backgrounds or writing
yeah.
backgrounds, but like once we were in the room together, it was just like this is it. Like I don't know, we somehow figured it out. So I don't even
Yeah.
know if we can take credit for that, but I just wanted to say that
Yeah.
we're
Well,
really fortunate with who we put together for this, and look forward to doing a bunch more work together.
yeah, Derek may have blacked out during the casting process because it was very hard. It was hard to find this group of people because there was a lot of good people to choose from. But it, when, like you said, once we got in the room, it felt right.
And
Yeah.
you can feel the chemistry, and I think that's the hardest part, right? I think that's the difference. You know, you hear people commenting on SNL cast members or seasons of Saturday Night Live that, you know, people are like, oh, that cast was terrible. And I think it has less to do with the cast being terrible and the chemistry being off. And
Mhm.
so I think that that is something that has to be nailed, and that's like what I was rooting for from the beginning. I'm like, okay, right before I watched the pilot, I'm like, all right, let's just like, the chemistry's got to be there. And like I said, from the get go, from those opening credits, you're like, oh yeah, these people are good. Like, this is gonna feel right. This is gonna feel like their family. This is gonna feel collaborative, and it does. So you nailed the chemistry. Congratulations. That's hard to do.
Amazing.
Thank
All
you.
right, well, let's get into the music. I've teased everyone that we do have some music coming that helped influence the show. So, Derek, I want to start with your picks. Listeners, we let Derek took 2 songs and Willie took 2 songs this week, and so we're going to start with Derek's songs. I love your very first pick. Please tell me your first pick for this week's playlist.
Yeah. So it's Danger High Voltage by Electric Six. I think it's on the Fire album.
Hmm.
And this, this song, I just every time I hear it's just like something that I can put on anytime I need like a boost, I would say I listen to it all the time in my car. I just think it feels like you're part of an inside joke when you listen to it. That's what I love. And like I remember hearing it for the first time and being like, how does it, like, it's produced so well though? And I'm like, how is like this, am I missing something? Like other people like this and so do I, yet where is it going? What is it supposed to be? And like, I don't know. I was just so confused by it the first time. And I love that in music though. I love feeling a little bit like with comedy. Like I think I feel a little more part of it when it's not taking itself too seriously. And so I really love it. I don't like, I think I had pitched it to Willie as like we should use it. It doesn't work in Lawn Party, but it like somehow the vibe is connected, at least in my mind. So that's why I wanted to pick it and give it a shout out. I know it's been around for a while. It's a classic at this point, but I really love it.
I love it too, and I have to tell you, I was not familiar with it. It was a song that I had to check. I'm like, "Is it new? Is it old?" And you're right, it's like a 22-year-old song at this point. It's
Yeah.
been around since 2003, and I was like, "Where has this song been for me for the last 22 years?" I love it, and it reminded me of, like, Ballroom Blitz, right? Like, when I first heard it, it reminded me of the Sweet song, Ballroom Blitz, because it is kind of irreverent, and I'm like, "Please, any song that opens with the lyrics of Fire in the Disco, Fire in the Taco Bell, you've
Yeah.
got me." Like, I'm
Yeah.
in. I'm all in.
Sold. I'm in.
It was so good. And I think I did like, the context that you sent over around the song, I think nails perfectly why it fits in this playlist is because it does. It captures the energy and the silliness of Lawn Party, but also this really amazing production value. And I can't state that enough. I know that that's your background because I know you guys from Originator Studios, but the production value on the show is really, really second to none. It does not look independent at all. It looks like I was actually going back and watching like old SNL skits just to compare because I was so impressed with the production value. And I was like, I really can't tell the difference. Like it's shot so well, the costuming, the props, the locations, like everything is so so good. And I know it's again, it's your background, it's what you have done forever, but I just was so impressed with the production value. It's so high in the
Oh,
series.
thank you so much. That's yeah, that's part of the thing that we wanted to make sure that we didn't compromise on. And it's great to hear that it's that you saw it, and I think it elevates what we're doing, and it's kind of like a statement that we're also trying to make to this wonderful cast is like, if we're gonna do this, like we're gonna do it
Mm.
to the standard that we think it should be done. And I think that that's pretty transparent when you see it. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Was putting the show together harder than you expected? Like when you guys had the original idea and thought like, "Ha, maybe sketch comedy show." And like was it like 10 times harder? Was it easier? Was it like give me a scale of like from idea to like launching the Kickstarter, how much harder it was in real life or easier than you expected?
Yeah, good question. I mean, it was tough to cast, and that took a while, and it's been kind of tough to like get everyone together in the same room,
Mhm.
since we have such a large cast. But I would say once we started in the writers' room, I mean, the first couple of meetings we had everyone come and sort of pitch different ideas, and then we sort of chewed on those in the writers' room. So um, it's really just been kind of hard just scheduling everything
Okay.
around our work life, everyone else's work life. Um,
Yeah, everyone on the cast is like doing awesome in their own like careers. So like they're doing a bunch of shows and they're doing and they're
Right.
and so honestly it's hard to like find the time to um to get everyone together. And we knew it would be like when we got into this project, but like the fact is like the cast is so amazing that like we're gonna work with that, you know. But as far as like any other thing, I was gonna kind of off of what Willie said about the sketches, it's hard to like see how the sketches were going to fit together, I guess,
Mm.
before production. So
mhm.
we were trying to pick we wrote a bunch, and then we knew we needed 3 to 4 to make a pilot, a 22-minute pilot, which is what we did. There's 3 sketches. They're all about 7 minutes long. And so just like kind of thinking about how they would play and how the energy would transition from one to the next to feel like a cohesive piece.
Mm.
It's like really hard to do that from the scripts, and so I think like and with our editor Matt too, we went back and forth a lot about like the order that they should play in and stuff, but I think we found a good balance, hopefully. But that was one thing that like we put a lot of thought into, and like kind of thought about like how do we make sure this feels fluid,
Mhm.
so that you feel like you're in a world. At least it's different characters doing different things, but you want to still be in that world. So
Yeah, that makes sense, and I feel like that translated. And I asked the question primarily just because I think so often people have an idea and it's a good one, but they go for like perfect instead of done. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And I think that so many great ideas never get launched because people think like, "Oh, it's going to be 20 times harder than I thought it was going to be." And so like, yeah, you guys were saying of course there were challenges. Like there were things
Mhm.
we expected, things we didn't, but nothing that was insurmountable, you know? And so I hope the hope here in like sharing this is that other people think like, okay, well, it's going to be hard. Anything that you love, like any sort of
Mhm.
labor of love that's why it's called a labor of love, not like a relaxation of love, right? Like
Yeah.
it takes some work and some effort, but it's not something that's insurmountable that you can't do. So if you've got a great idea, if there's something that you feel like you have to say and that you want to share, like do it because this
Yeah.
is like I'm so happy this is in the world now, and I wouldn't have if you guys would have been like, "Ooh, that's going to just really be too hard," or
Yeah.
scheduling's just never going to work out. Like I wouldn't have these 3 amazing skits in my life that I have
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's hard to keep that fire burning.
yeah,
Keep that passion for the project
It
because
is.
we have so much going on. We're ADD in our own right, so we could just be like, oh, that'd be funny if we just did something else and dropped it. So that's another thing that's hard is just keep at it, keep your foot on the pedal, and just have a goal in mind.
Yeah.
yeah.
An end vision. Well, let's transition to your second song because this is also a fun one, and I think it speaks to kind of what we're talking about here, getting that inspiration. So tell me what your second pick was, Derek.
Okay, yeah. So it's Ocean Man by Ween. So I love this song. I've loved it since I first heard it. People tell me, I'm like, tell them about this. They're like, oh, Ween, that's like that joke band from the 90s. I'm like, they're not a joke. This is an incredibly talented group of musicians. Some of their songs are a little irreverent, but I love Ocean Man, and like I think I told you a little, Jen, but like formative years of me like playing around with video cameras and stuff. I would dub this song onto like little creations I would make with a VHS camera with my friend, and my dad had this like I think it was just like 2 VCRs next to each other, and you could like play music in one and record the other, or maybe there was an 8-track involved somehow. I got this song dubbed onto like a tape, and it looked like a music video, and it like turned nonsense into something that I thought was like magic.
Love that.
So anyway, it's always been like kind of, I think the question or the prompt was like thinking a little bit about inspiration, or if we get into a block, something about this song always like gets me to like maybe like keep going, not worry as much, like thinking back about those times where you're just playing around with stuff. And um yeah, so that one definitely had to be on my selects.
Well, and when you were doing it for fun, right? It takes you back to that play state where it doesn't feel like work, it feels like play again, you know? And I
Yeah.
like,
And that's what Ween feels like too. It's like they're
yeah.
they're they're doing it. They're just playing, and like it's cool. So I think it works well for the analogy.
Well, and I like too, I think the coolest thing about this to me is how one piece of art inspired more art. You know, like this one song inspired this like desire to create this music video that has now, grown into a business that has now grown into Lawn Party. Like I just love that it continues to inspire you and change in different ways, like and formats, right? Like went from music to video to live sketch comedy. Like I just think that again, that speaks to sort of the power of art and why we all need to keep supporting it and putting it out there as well. And I love too that the song continues to deliver for you. You know, that's also my
Yeah.
wish for everyone, is that they have a go-to song that saves them, whatever that means. You know, if it means it saves you creatively from writer's block, or it saves you from heartbreak, or it saves you from, you know, sadness, like whatever it is, I hope that everybody has a song or a stable of songs that they can go to that re-inspires them or continues to help them and remind them why they fell in love with music or that thing they love in the first place. And it seems like this is a song like that for you.
It was. It totally was. That's a great way to put it. Yeah, I think it's like there's probably a handful of songs that would fall into that category that you just said, but it's interesting because like when you get like all of those songs came at a formative time in my life, and I have no new ones. I always I'm I would love to know how to like there it's all like the five same songs that I listened to when I was like 15 to 18, and I don't know if
Nothing's
that's
inspired
normal.
Derek since 1997,
I'm
fam.
telling you the truth. It's I relish when people tell me like, "Oh man, I heard this song like a few years ago and it's like my thing." And I'm like, "That's cool, but I'm going back 2 decades." I don't know. Maybe this is just me. I don't know if
I
you feel
love
that way.
this.
You got
What
to go to some shows, Derek.
I do go to shows and I love music. I love it. It's just like there's something so I guess it's like the nostalgia or like the tone that it like it's like a smell or something when you
Yeah,
watch. Like I haven't figured out how to recapture that.
that's so funny. I love the well, that's our mission too, Willie. We're on the lookout from here on out to
Yes.
find a modern day song that
Please,
inspires Derek.
Yeah,
please do that.
just
Yeah.
send everyone, just send Derek your music.
Right. Right. Whenever we plug your social at the end, your whole feed for Lawn Party is going to be filled with like, Derek, try this one. Derek,
Yeah.
try
Hey,
this
I mean, why not? Let's figure it out.
one.
That was part one of Jen's interview with Derek and Willie from Austin-based improv troupe Lawn Party. Come back next week to check out part two.